Today we're breaking down Chapter 5 of The Walking Dead, Compendium, Volume 1. Warning, this is the darkest chapter we've read so far. It's extremely violent sexually. If that's triggering for you, please skip this video. This chapter we meet the real governor, and trust me, it's not the same governor from the TV show. The chapter starts out at the prison. Rick, Dale, and Tyrese are doing yet another sweep for walkers. It's their third time clearing the same area, but Rick insists. Rick mentioned that he has been thinking about his friend Morgan. Glenn and Maggie finds a room full of body armor and guns. The body armor was also in the TV series. The group finds them when they first arrive at the prison, clearing the grounds. In Chapter 4, Tyrese and Dale finds a generator. It needs gas to work. The group comes up with a plan to move the walkers away from the fence and to have Rick and Glenn go out to the parking lot and get gas from the abandoned cars. Rick and Glenn are the first to try out their new body armor. While getting gas, they hear a helicopter. They look up in shock, asking each other, "Is it real?" They see the plane crash. Glenn runs to get a car. Rick runs back to tell Tyrese to tell Lori he is going to investigate the helicopter that crashed. Michonne runs out and tells Rick, "I saw it too. I'm coming." Rick asks Tyrese to stay behind and protect the group. Rick and Glenn and Michonne leaves towards the plane crash. In the TV series, Michonne and Andrea are the characters that see the plane crash. This is when Andrea and Michonne meet the governor. Glenn is driving when the car gets stuck. Now they're walking towards the crash, realizing they will not make it back before it's dark. Once Rick and Michonne and Glenn arrive at the site, they immediately notice a group beat them to the crash by the pilot being missing and a ton of footprints in the mud. Glenn suggests that they go back to the prison, but Rick and Michonne are excited about meeting a whole new community. They have no idea of what they're about to walk straight into. Woodbury? No, straight into hell. Back at the prison, Andrea and Dale are talking to the twins, letting them know that they are their parents now. Lori is pissed because Rick left again on some mission. Carol is trying her best to comfort Lori. Carol tells Lori how much she loves her and Rick, and proceeds to ask Lori if she can marry her and Rick, that they can be one unit supporting one another, raising Carl and Sophia and the new baby together as one. Lori is speechless at first, but tells Carol she's insane to ask her that, and how it would damage their kids for life, and that she wonders if she ever thinks about Sophia. Carol yells at Lori because she accused her of being a bad mom, walking away with Sophia. Tyrese and Essel are setting up camp outside because Rick has not returned and it's getting late. They decide to post up by the gate just in case they show up. Someone needs to be out there to open the gate. In both versions, Carl is supportive of his mom, Lori. Carl tells his mom to not worry because every time Dad leaves, you get upset. Dad always returns. He will be fine, Mom. Once Rick and the group makes it to Woodbury, a huge light comes on, demanding them to get down on their stomach, and shooting begins, killing all the walkers that were following them. When the shooting stopped, they asked them to get up and face the wall and to hand over all guns and weapons. Martinez is the first person they meet from Woodbury. Martinez is also in the TV series. He is one of the governor's soldiers, third one in charge at the Merle. Martinez tells Rick that he will take them to meet the man in charge before noticing him walking up, introducing himself as the governor. "Welcome, strangers. Let me give you a tour of my town." The governor asked Rick where they were coming from. Michonne answered, and it pissed the governor off. The governor made it clear that he was asking the men, not her. Rick agreed with everything Michonne said. "We're just traveling from place to place and we saw a helicopter crash and we tracked it to here. No big story here, just traveling." "Well, you strangers are lucky you arrived tonight. There's a fight tonight. We have the living fight one another. They beat the living crap out of each other. We have the biters there for motivation. You know, entertainment." "Rick, it looks like you disapprove." Glenn speaks and says, "Yeah, it sounds a little dangerous." Governor says, yes, it is dangerous. We have few die at first, but we learn to feed them before the fights. Rick asks, feed who? The governor replies, the biters. The governor gives a satanic smile. We feed them strangers. Oh, so your plan is to feed us to the zombies. Is that what you did to the people in the helicopter? Rick asks. The governor says, they're being chopped into pieces right now. Michelle screams, you're sick. The governor tells her to shut up before he shoots her. Rick noticed guns are pointing at them. So you walked here. That means you're staying pretty close. Don't lie to me again. Where are you from? The governor asks. Rick tells the governor, we will not be telling you a fucking thing. The governor tells Bruce to hold Rick down and proceeds to cut Rick's right hand off. Michonne jumps on the governor and bites his ear off. Bruce pulls Michonne off the governor and puts her in a chokehold, asking the governor if he wants him to break her neck. The governor replies, no, I want the girl. I will make her suffer for what she did. She will wish she was dead. The things I want to do to her and the pains I'm going to cause her. I can't wait to get started. The governor proceeds to give order. The fight is over. Once the crowd is gone, lock the boy up. Put my piece of brown sugar in the room. And someone please get the doctor for Lefty. In the TV series, Woodbury puts on these fights as well. When the fight happens in the show, Michonne has joined the prison, leading Rick and the group to Woodbury to save Glenn and Maggie. During the rescue, Daryl gets captured and is forced to fight his brother Merle to death. Rick ends up saving them both. Stephen, the doctor of Woodbury. What happened to your ear? The governor replies, don't worry about me. Save this man Rick. Stephen asks, who is he? The governor replies, just keep this asshole alive. The governor to go and get Alex to help him. The governor tells Stephen he will be back in an hour so he can work on his ear. As the governor and his men walks out, Stephen calls him a monster. Glenn is in the room by himself, curled up in the ball, crying. Michonne is in a different room, away from Glenn, arms spread apart, tied to the walls. The governor watches as the zombies tear through the pallet. The governor is amazed by them, and he acknowledges how he's just like them. Bruce comes and interrupts him and tells him Michonne is ready for him. Michonne is in the room talking to herself, trying to figure out how to escape. The governor walks in asking her, who are you talking to? But says, never mind, I really don't care. He tells Bruce to take off her bottoms and tie her legs up, one to each wall. Now leave us. As he proceeds to beat on Michonne and rape her. Once he was done, he tells Michonne, did you enjoy it? I enjoyed it. And to let you know, I plan on doing this every day until you kill yourself. The governor tells Bruce he is done and to come and clean her up and get her ready for round 2. The governor let Michonne know that the man has his permission to do whatever they want to her. Michonne starts crying. The governor tells her, yes, cry it out. You earned it. And don't be ashamed. Michonne lifts her beaded, blooded face and says, I'm crying for you. I'm thinking about all the things I'm going to do to you and it scares me. The governor says, oh, how cute. In the TV series, the governor does not rape Maggie, but he does sexually abuse her and let Glenn think that he did rape her. Rick wakes up and realizes his hand is gone and attacks Dr. Stephen. Alex hears the commotion and runs and gives Rick a shot that knocks him out. Daylight has arrived. The governor heads back to his room to go to sleep. Open his door to his zombie daughter chained to the wall. He talks to her as if she's alive. He hears a knock at his door. One of his men has a box for him. The governor tells him to let no one else disturb him. He's going to bed. The governor shuts the door and opens the box and gives his daughter Rick hand and puts the 2 heads in an aquarium filled with water. He has a collection of zombie heads in the aquarium, exactly 57 of them. He sits in his lazy boy and watches them until he falls asleep. In the TV series, he has the same collection of heads and he keeps his dead daughter chained in the closet. Michonne finds his collection of heads and his zombie daughter when she comes back to help Rick save Glenn and Maggie. Michonne wants to prove to Andrea that the governor is not who he say he is. This is why she comes back. The governor finds Michonne holding her katana to his dummy daughter head and begs Michonne not to kill her. Michonne makes the final kill through his daughter head with her katana, killing his daughter for good. The governor and Michonne begin to fight, and she rips his eye out with her katana. Same but different in the comic books, she bites his ear off. In the show, when Michonne is about to kill the governor, Andrea stops her by pointing a gun at her. So Michonne runs off back to Rick and the group. After waking up, the governor sends one of his men to move Glenn next to Michonne's room. The governor tells Glenn to listen and pay attention to the screams of Michonne. When he finished, he wants him to tell him where they're from. He tells Glenn that he will know when he's done because Michonne's screams will turn into whippers. He leaves Glenn and goes next door to beat and rape Michonne again. Glenn cries as he's listening to Michonne get tortured. A whole day passed before Rick wakes up. Rick asks Steve, will he be okay? The doctor says, yes, you're healing well, just have a fever, but that's normal. Steve tells Rick the history of Woodbury and that the governor used to be a good guy before he became a monster. We overlook the things he does because he keeps us safe. A couple of hours later, the governor comes to get his ear cleaned and to talk to Rick. Hey stranger, I see you're healing nicely, the governor says to Rick. I know you would never talk because you have a family. This is why I didn't torture you. I have been raping the girl every day wherever I want, and the boy I let go. Glenn told me about the prison, and I'm sure he will lead us back to you guys. We're following him right now. Back at the prison, Lori is upset because it's been 2 days now and Rick has not returned. Tyree's been out there looking for them. He's been gone for a while now. Billy tells Otis he has a crush on Carol. Axel, Maggie, and Herschel gets the generator working. Maggie is worried about Glenn. Otis and Patricia are now talking to each other. Dale and Andrea are on lookout duty, and Dale noticed someone in armor gear running in the field towards the prison gate. He tells Andrea to make sure she has the gate open for him. Dale gets in the RV and races out to get whoever has returned. It's Tyrese. What happened? Lori asked. Where's Rick? Tyrese explained he couldn't find them and he lost any trace of them. I found the car stuck in mud. I followed the tracks into the woods. I looked for hours and could not find them or the helicopter. I wrecked my bike dodging walkers on the road, having to run back here. But the suit works. Lori, stop crying. They're alive. I can feel it. They're not dead until we see their bodies. The chapter ends with the governor talking about how he can't get anyone to break, how he was not expecting them to be this strong, not saying a word. Rick did respond when I told him we were following Glenn back to the prison. Let Rick keep thinking Glenn is gone and interview everyone that resigned here. Someone has to know where to find this prison. I hope you enjoyed chapter 5. Chapter 6 will be coming soon. Please subscribe and like. See you soon.